Welcome back to the channel, NFTV family. It's your host, 44K. K stand for Kincaid. Before I go anywhere, I just want to thank you all for helping my video, one of my videos, my first 100 views on a video, man. Over 100 at this point in time. But I want to thank you, the audience, for just coming in, tapping in, supporting the videos that I drop. I greatly appreciate that. But let's not stop there, man. We on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And I just want you guys' help to grow with me organically. I want you guys to challenge me. I want you guys to get down in the comment section. Give me topics that you guys want me to discuss. Challenge me on the topics that I have brought up. You know, I don't know everything. My opinion is in gospel. You know, you guys might have a counterpoint or bring up another narrative or facts and data that might disclaim the things that I'm bringing up. But this is how I see the situation. This is how I see the world in these certain cases that I'm pointing out. But I just appreciate you all liking, subscribing, sharing, getting down in that comment section, talking to me. But more importantly, turn on that notification bell so that every time I drop a video, you guys are able to interact with that video, share it, and do all that good stuff with it. But without further ado, let's get to the topic at hand, man. You know, a lot has been going on with our boy Ja Morant. Ja Morant is one of the most talented basketball players we've seen in the last decade. He probably is close to a one in a generational type talent just by his size alone. 6'3", athletic, fast, can jump out the gym. Some of the greatest highlights over the last 3 seasons has been by Ja Morant himself. Ja Morant has signed a major deal with Nike. Ja Morant has a deal with Powerade. Ja Morant has the potential to be the face of the league once LeBron decides to retire. But with all that fame, notoriety, and money comes a lot of attention, be it positive attention or negative attention. And lately, Ja Morant has been getting a lot of negative attention, and we all know why. Ja Morant out here thugging. What you gonna do? Ja Morant is out here thugging. And it's just crazy to a lot of us people that come from those type of neighborhoods, come from those type of environments, single family households. A lot of people we grow up with dying from murder, going to jail for drug distribution, going to jail for all these different type of things. And when I was growing up around that environment, crackheads, all this type of stuff, I looked at it and I wanted to do whatever I could do to get out. Even a lot of the street dudes, they were doing those things to get out of the hood. But now it seems like this generation has become so entrenched in that lifestyle that they rather stay in the hood even when they get out the hood. And I think that's the thing that's happened with Ja Morant. Ja Morant is someone who has just signed over a $200 million, I think like $240 million contract. Man, his house is so far away from the hood. You probably have to use FedEx to deliver a message, you know, down the road to whoever, you know. So he's not somebody that's even in that environment. He's somebody that's made it out that environment. But if you don't know, Ja Morant just recently was on his IG Live doing crash dummy behavior, because he's on IG Live in the strip club, but he's putting a little 2.5, a little 2.2 up to the side of his head, smiling and everything like that. Like, what is Buddy doing? But the reason why I brought this, I got this little Say Cheese post up, is because Pat Beverly, another NBA player, a little bit older than Ja, probably around 10 years older than Ja, maybe like 10, 11 years older than Ja, brought up a point. And on that point, that's what I want to have the discussion with you all today. So let's get to it. So you have Say Cheese. Want to give a shout out to Say Cheese. You know, this is his post. You know, it's on Twitter, so he wants it to be discussed, and I'm gonna discuss it here on my channel. What did Pat Bev say? Pat Bev thinks music influenced Ja Morant. I think music has a lot to do with this now, you know, especially with this culture. Everyone's holding a gun in their video. It is okay. You know, bling on your teeth is okay. Pants half down your ass is okay. All that, okay, cool. But the main part I want to get to is the music. Is it art imitating life or life imitating art? That's the question that a lot of people have been asking for years, for decades. Is it art imitating life or is life imitating art? At this point in time, I'm starting to think life is starting to imitate art, because this guy here went to college, starred in college, got drafted second overall pick, has been a star in the NBA since he touched down, getting checks upon checks. His bag is deep on his court and his bag is deep off the court. But he ain't starving for nothing. Ain't starving for nothing. But yet and still, he's getting caught up in all these situations to where he's getting accused of beating up teenage kids, pulling guns on members of another team. Now he's caught with a gun on Instagram Live. And that's another thing. Like, let's stop the crash dummy behavior. Like, these are public platforms. If you supposed to, gangsters move in silence. If you supposed to be some type of gangster, and then I don't have to tell somebody I'm a gangster. They should feel my vibe if they know I'm a gangster. If they know if I'm really moving and shaking like that, you gonna feel the vibe. When you've been around real street dudes, real killers, they not going around telling people, oh, I'm a killer. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. They energy, they vibe speaks that to you. You know that ain't somebody to mess with. It's somebody else telling you that person is not somebody to mess with. Somebody that's making $40 million a year on a $200 and something million contract over 5 years is not no thug. You're not a thug. If you were a thug in the past, you're not a thug in now, and you shouldn't want to be that. Because a thug, the only way where thugs end up, they either end up dead or in jail or testifying against somebody. So why do you want to portray that as your image and you're an NBA player? What are you getting out of that? Is the NBA fame not enough? They do say athletes want to be rappers, rappers want to be athletes, but I don't know why. I don't know why an athlete that's making 40 a year wants to be a rapper who more likely than not is broke. You know what I'm saying? He broke, he flogging. He if he's showing money, that might be all the money he has in his life, in his pocket, that he's showing on camera. But these dudes getting so much checks, they can't even keep up. So what are we really talking about here? What is causing this? So you got to understand what you constantly listen to and what you're constantly internalizing, you're going to put that out into the world. So if you are this athlete and you really not about that life, but you keep on portraying that in your IG live and Twitter post and all this different type of stuff, it's going to be some real killers out there to test your gangster. It's going to be some real killers out there to test your gangster. And are you willing to throw it all away just to prove your gangster? Or it's going to be a situation to where you get your chain snatched in the club. It's going to be a situation where, a dude feeling like, oh, he think he tough, I want to test him. Now he's shooting at your car as you leave the club. You don't want all the pressure that comes along with being a thug. You don't want all that pressure, because that's real pressure. That's what a lot of these people don't understand that listen to this music and, try to emulate that lifestyle. They don't understand the pressure that comes with that lifestyle. With that, you always looking over your back if your enemy's trying to kill you. You're looking over the back. You're looking over your back for police. You're looking over your back to see if your right-hand man is trying to get over on you, take you out. All this type of pressure. You got money you owe to the plug. You got all this type of pressure that goes along with that lifestyle. But all y'all see is the females that like the bad boys. All y'all see is the attention they get on videos and different things like that. But you ain't never been laid up in a hospital bed with a shit bag on. That's never you never had that. You've never had to go to funerals for multiple homies that you done grew up with. You never had to experience people that you've grown up with overdosing on lean and Xannies and all this different type of stuff. That's not really what you want. You really don't want that. You want the attention that they're getting, but you really don't want that. So what Pat Bev is saying, it definitely is the music playing a part in that, because you're constantly feeding that into your mind, into your body, And then if you putting out that energy, you're gonna draw that energy back towards you. And then that's a dangerous lifestyle. Now you putting other people's lives in danger because you might have some teammates who ain't on that. You might have some teammates that's just fine being an NBA star, just fine being an NBA player. They got money to burn. They can get into any event. They can mess with the most beautiful women. They not tripping. They not trying to be something they're not. They not trying to be gangster. They like, I'm cool being an athlete. Back in the day, the athlete dudes always got the pass. You know, the OGs would be like, oh yeah, he cool, man. He going to school. He an athlete. Leave him alone. So you ain't even never really even get tested. You might come from that area, but you ain't never really get tested because the OGs was like, no, this a young dude. They looking out for you because they look up. They want to see somebody make it out. Now you got dudes who make it out who trying to come back in. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. But other than that, where is this music really going? Like, where's this music really going? Like, where's with the R&B music? Where the romance? Where the smoothness to it? You know, how's you talking to ladies and stuff like that? Now you just got girls twerking all over the place, showing everything. They don't leave nothing up to their imagination, telling you what they do, how they do this, and everything like that. You got dudes talking to females all crazy, disrespecting them, don't got no type of etiquette or you know, they're not gentlemen at all. You know, it's none of that. And then in the music, you don't have dudes using no type of lyrics, wordplay, nothing. They just talking about shoot 'em up, bang bang. You know, I got ops. You know, and all these dudes who got ops, they never even hit their target. They hitting little boys going to school eating a bag of chips. They hitting little girls standing at the corner kicking a ball around. So who really is your ops? Is your ops fourth graders, second graders? You know, what have they done? You know, what's up with all these gangs coming out of nowhere, you know, trying to be, you know, the next OTF and the FBG Duck and all this type of stuff. What are they? They ain't got no history. They just popping up rap gangs and then they just choose a beef to have. And next thing you know, it's mass murder in these neighborhoods. So I feel like, you know, we need to get back to the essence of music, that we're really talking about something. And I know art imitates life, so you have situations where dudes are struggling, trying to come up out of that environment, and they rap and talk about that environment, but not to the point of glorifying it, to the point to where you have individuals who worth 300 and something million trying to be that, you know, showing guns off like he really in situations where where that type of pressure where a gun is needed, when you got bodyguards and you got, you know, officers around you and you got money coming in from every angle. Let's stop with the fake. You know, let's get back to the real. So that's my thoughts on that, man. Hopefully this brother get his mind right. He realized what he's been blessed with, that natural ability, that talent, charismatic as he is, and he realizes he doesn't need to portray some type of street hood dude in order to get the attention that he thrives, because he's already getting a lot of attention. So I'm your host, 44K. K stand for King K. Make sure to like, subscribe, share this video. Get down in the comments. Let me know if y'all think music, life is imitating art, or art is imitating life. I appreciate y'all. God bless. Good night.